Welcome to Couple Africa number 2. This is part 5, part 2 of politics ruin friendships. Alright, so I left off on presidents and nominees. And to be honest, I was picking Elizabeth Warren. Come hella high water. She had the Native American blood. She had that proven, even though it's 1/16th, that's still some rather than none. And I said, booyah. I'm going after this because I'm going to make history. Not only will she be a woman, but she'll also be part Native Americans. She's going to do more for Native Americans. At least that's what my hope was. Then there was that Standing Rock thing, and I said if she gets in, maybe she can do something about that. But yeah, Standing Rock's long gone, and I believe it's happening. There's nothing I can do about it, and we're 4 years into Trump. So in my other video, I posted the Central Park 5, and he said that those guys should be hung, etc., etc. And you know, there's probably more videos that I could probably find. You know, and if you don't look for specifics. So here's another one. This is more recent. But it says 4 years ago, I guess. It says Trump still thinks the Central Park 5 are guilty. All on MSNBC. I don't really care what news thing it's on. Trump won't apologize to the Central Park 5. I would love to show y'all that because I actually watched half of it. You know. And I think I'm going to show you that. It's 4 minutes and 44 seconds long. And, you know, I think you guys got to understand where I'm coming from because I'm directing this
anyone that has seen when
at
they see us, and I hope people will see it before you know who
this also came from The View. So before I show it to you, you know, because I know that the women on The View can't stand Donald Trump, and I am not a fan. You know, I don't hate the man, but I can't stand him. If he was drowning and I had a choice, save him and save myself, or save myself and let him go, I will be honest, I probably wouldn't save the guy. He probably wouldn't let me, just because he doesn't know what my ethnicity is. He might look at me and say, oh, I'd rather drown than let this chief save me. So I probably would let him drown, honestly. I am not a big fan of his. I do not hate this man, but I will never follow him. I will never, ever follow him. I will not support him no matter what he's done. He's done injustices to people. And no one seems to acknowledge this racist stuff that he's done. It's like border off a duck's back to everybody. No one wants to acknowledge it. And that's the part that I'm here for. I'm not trying to smear Kane to some bitch. I don't give a damn. You're going to vote for him anyway. If you're going to vote for him, what the hell does it have to do with my actual life? Because let me play devil's advocate. Obama got in. My ass was in the military in his second term. His first term, I had lost my job. In his second term, I was in the military. Alright? He done a little bit for vets. I'll give him that. But I still can't afford health insurance. Trump's trying to wipe out what Obama did. And then there was that whole racist incident about his birth certificate. Is he really an American citizen? And not only did he try to do that, he tried to do that with Kamala Harris. But of course, all of you followers see no evil, hear no evil. But he's speaking all the evil for you. So I'm going to show you this clip. And this goes back to you people of color, specifically you black people, who are following him. The ladies from The View point this out. And so I'm going to let you see this video. Because when I first seen it, I was kind of like, you know, that would make him a little bit more respectable in my eyes if he came up and said, yeah, I did say that. I'm a man up. I'm going to own it. I was being a little crazy. I was feeling myself that day, and I don't like black people, especially those black people, and here's what I said. I am sorry. No. They straight said he won't apologize for it. So I'm going to show y'all one of my idols, Whoopi Goldberg, and this thing from The View. And you guys can take this any way you want, but, you know, take it as it is. It's 4 minutes and 40 some odd seconds, and you're gonna watch the whole thing.
Florida. He was asked about one of his publicity stunts from 1989 when he called for the death penalty of the 5 young men arrested in the Central Park jogging rape case. They were incarcerated between 6 and 14 years before DNA evidence exonerated them. And the courts awarded them $41 million for this miscarriage of justice. Does he think it's time to maybe offer up an apology? Take a look.
You have people on both sides of that. They admitted their guilt. If you look at Linda Fairstein and if you look at some of the prosecutors, they think that the city should never have settled that case. So we'll leave it at that.
Well, here's the thing. DNA evidence does not lie. It's one of the things that we know. DNA doesn't lie. So regardless of what you thought it was, once you find out that DNA has exonerated them, you don't think you owe them an apology for asking for the death penalty? Had they gotten it, they would not have lived long enough for DNA to exonerate them.
Yeah.
I feel just, there's a lot of things that lie in the world. DNA ain't one of them.
The actual perp
Confessed.
Yeah.
And
he had raped another girl that same day in the park. In jail, correct?
He confessed.
Serial rapist and DNA. But I don't hear Donald Trump calling for the death penalty for him because he's white, isn't it?
Spanish.
He's Hispanic. He doesn't like them either. But if these kids were, tell the truth now, you guys out there, if these kids were white, would he be calling for the death penalty? Come on. Thank you. Never. Just like he carried on over the birther that Obama was. It's the same thing. It's like this repetitious publicity against non-whites. That's where he's at. He's a total racist. And then you wonder why I have get trashed with the Trump supporters. You get behind this guy.
Anyone that has seen When They See Us, and I hope people will see it because it is riveting television, and I hope the docuseries by Ava DuVernay, who directed it, I hope you will see it because it is an incredible story. And I know Raymond Santana and Yusef Salaam, and their lives have been so severely impacted by what happened, all of their lives, and to have the President of the United States double down, triple down, quadruple down on what he has said.
And why is it always on both sides? Like it's Judy Collins or somebody, She's looked at life from both sides.
Well,
He's always about this weighing both sides. When, as you say, DNA, a confession, there are no two sides, okay, Donald?
No.
Well, it is a weird subject for him. He never apologizes for anything, but when you're talking about DNA evidence and things like that, I think there's a lot of atoning that's going on for how screwed up our legal system was and police were back in the day. I was only 4 when this happened. I grew up in Phoenix, so I only learned about it as an adult. Much like the West Memphis 3, there were a lot of people put in jail because of race, because of poverty, under circumstances that they have now. Because, thank God for DNA evidence, we have come to know the truth. It would be refreshing if he actually, would be one of those things I think would surprise
if he would
people.
apologize.
If he'd say, you know what, I screwed up and Whoopi's right, new DNA evidence, and we should explore this and atone. But he can't, and these are one of the reasons why it makes people like Joy so upset, which I understand.
And it's a problem that continues in the criminal justice system.
Yes.
It's a problem
the criminal justice system that he says he wants to reform.
Yeah.
He said he wants to reform the system. So here's
and Kim Kardashian, maybe you have her ear. I mean, she's a criminal justice reform going to the White House, making arguments about this. Maybe she should have a conversation with him about this.
Well, somebody should say, hey, this is part of that reform. See, because if you gave folks the money in every state in the union so that they could clear out the people who are not guilty and put the people who are guilty away, that would be something that would be helpful and might even, my God, get more black people or Latin people or even more white people to vote for you. But you're not going to do that, so let me wake up.
Now that we got that out the way, I want you guys to ask yourself, especially if you're going to leave my channel or whatever, do I have merit? Have I made some headway with you? I just really want to know. Because, politics, friendship, 2 different entities. That when they clash, there's explosion. I have probably lost a few friends today. I probably will lose a few more. But it would be their choice. Here's my thought. I've said this from the beginning. I'll say it at the end. I don't give a damn if you vote for this guy. I question your morals on why. But as far as you voting for this guy, I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is the why. Because I've given you evidence that he's a racist. I myself have been a victim of racism. Not from him. Not from him directly. I've never met the guy. Could care two shits about him. But for those people who are Asian, black, or Hispanic, or Mexican, or Latin, or whatever, this guy doesn't like y'all. I mean, I just literally showed y'all the proof in part A of part 5. And I know you probably can't hear me over the background noise. But literally, I have to ask if your moral compass is going all the way up to the morality line if you're following behind him. Because you have to look at it this way. He didn't even apologize, and it's been like almost 20-something years for something that they didn't do, that they were proven innocent. And you black people are following someone who is unapologetic to everything. He's never going to apologize to Asians, specifically the Chinese, about the Chinese virus or Kung Flu. He's never going to apologize to Native Americans, and specifically to Elizabeth Warren, who has proven that she has at least 1/16% of Native American DNA. So what does that mean for me? Because I'm multicultural. I exist. I am part Cherokee. I am part black. I am part white. What's that going to do for people like me? See, I don't have the right to be a racist, but I do have the right to call out racists. And I do, on this channel, effectively call out racism. And though this may come back to bite me in the butt about getting jobs for like companies like who I really would like to work for, Disney, and do movies with Scarlet Spider, or Fox, or Nickelodeon, because I could be a Power Ranger or something like that. It may cost me that. But the truth is the truth. And we have to understand how the truth. So my question to you people of color who are following this racist, why? What is so special about him that you refuse to go back and look for things? Before I started doing all this stuff, when I did the first 3 episodes of this, the first thing I did was, how am I going to keep friends because I'm not a Trump supporter? Well, here's the truth. I'm not really a Biden supporter either. I said I wanted Kamala Harris to be vice president, but I kind of was hoping that Warren would be like the main front runner. Not gonna happen. And if it weren't Warren, then I wanted Andrew Yang. But I got Biden. Warren got beat. Sanders got beat. I wasn't going for Sanders. I was going for Warren. Warren, Yang, Harris. Those were my 3. And the gay dude. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry for calling you the gay dude. As if you've been on my channel before, you know I have nothing against the Alphabet Squad. They're the bravest people you'll ever meet personally. I have some people in my family who live that lifestyle of the Alphabet Squad, which is why I'm a little bit more understanding to the Alphabet Squad. And I apologize if the Alphabet Squad offends you, but y'all keep adding new letters, so I'm like, it's safer for me to just say the Alphabet Squad instead of trying to remember every letter after Q. L, B, G, T, Q. And they just added like pansexual and some other stuff like last year or something like Alphabet Squad. It's not supposed to be offensive, but it's all I've got. Now, I got that also from a friend at work who has the same problem. He's like, what do we call you that's not offensive? I'm not going to run around calling people from the Alphabet Squad if they're lesbian, a lesbian. If they're gay, gay. If they're queer, queer. Because I don't know. I can't look at you and tell what the hell lifestyle you live. But racism. Racism is something I can touch on because I've been the victim of that shit all 47 years of my life. From kindergarten to college, I've been the victim of racism on some level or another. Also from bullying on some level or another. So I'm pretty sure I'm at net to say my experiences are on point. My understanding, on the other hand, not so much. Because I honestly, truly to God, don't understand what people of color see in the president and continue to follow him, even though I've given you racial evidence on the stuff. Standing Rock, casinos, Central Park 5. What more? So, if you're going to vote for him, cool. But I still want to know why. Why the things that I presented aren't good enough. So I'm going to make another video, which will be part 6, the final part. And we're going to go with what I think you guys feel. And especially what I think you're going to feel about me. Thanks for watching.